Before Star Trek conquered the galaxy and spawned a cultural phenomenon, it was a struggling television show that nearly died in its first season. The cast has finally revealed secrets that will transform how you see Kirk, Spock, and the Enterprise crew forever. Prepare to discover the untold story behind television's greatest science fiction series. The show that almost never made it to air. What most fans don't realize is that Star Trek: The Original Series was rejected by every major network before NBC reluctantly agreed to produce it. Gene Roddenberry's vision was so radical for 1960s television that executives couldn't understand what he was trying to create. The original pilot, The Cage, was deemed too cerebral by network suits who wanted space cowboys, not philosophical exploration. William Shatner revealed years later that he was NBC's third choice for Captain Kirk. They wanted a bigger name, someone with movie star appeal, Shatner explained. I got the role because everyone else turned it down. The network was so uncertain about the show's prospects that they ordered an unprecedented second pilot, something that had never happened in television history. Leonard Nimoy disclosed that Spock was originally supposed to be killed off in the first season because executives feared his alien appearance would frighten children. They thought the pointed ears and green blood were too scary for family television, Nimoy noted. The character who would become the show's breakout star nearly disappeared before audiences could fall in love with him. Sometimes television's greatest innovations survive purely by accident. The bridge that changed everything. The USS Enterprise bridge wasn't just a set. It was a revolutionary approach to television production that influenced decades of science fiction storytelling. What the cast revealed about filming on this iconic set explains why their performances felt so authentic and why the crew's chemistry was so compelling. The bridge was deliberately designed as a circle to ensure no actor was ever relegated to the background. Gene wanted everyone to feel important, George Takei explained. Unlike other shows where supporting characters stood against walls, our bridge made everyone part of the action. This democratic design philosophy reflected Roddenberry's vision of an egalitarian future. James Doohan revealed that the bridge's technological sounds weren't just added in post-production. Many were created live during filming. I would make engine sounds and communicate with the sound department through my earpiece, Doohan admitted. Scotty's reactions to the Enterprise's systems were often responses to real audio cues I was hearing. Nichelle Nichols noted how the bridge's intimate design affected their performances. We were always within arm's reach of each other. That physical closeness created an emotional intimacy that you can see on screen. We weren't just acting like a crew. The set forced us to become one. Casting secrets and character revelations. The most shocking revelation about Star Trek's casting involves the character who almost destroyed the show before it began. Leonard Nimoy's Spock was so controversial during early production that NBC executives demanded his removal, leading to a behind-the-scenes battle that nearly ended the series before it aired. The network wanted Spock gone because they thought he looked satanic, Nimoy revealed in later interviews. They were terrified that religious groups would boycott the show. Gene Roddenberry fought so hard to keep Spock that he threatened to quit if the character was removed. This creative conflict established a pattern of network interference that would plague the series throughout its run. William Shatner's approach to Captain Kirk went far beyond the bombastic reputation that later defined the character. I based Kirk on Horatio Hornblower, a thoughtful naval captain who used intellect before force, Shatner explained. The over-the-top delivery came from trying to project emotion through heavy makeup and hot studio lights. DeForest Kelley's preparation for Dr. McCoy involved extensive research into frontier medicine and Civil War battlefield surgeries. McCoy was supposed to represent humanity's compassionate side, Kelley noted. I wanted him to be someone who could heal both bodies and spirits. This depth of character work elevated what could have been simple supporting roles into complex, memorable personalities. The interracial kiss that almost ended television. The most controversial moment in Star Trek history wasn't a phaser battle or alien encounter. It was a kiss that nearly destroyed the show and changed television forever. What Nichelle Nichols and William Shatner revealed about filming the infamous interracial kiss in Plato's Stepchildren exposes the racism and resistance they faced from network executives and Southern television stations. The network tried everything to prevent that kiss, Nichols disclosed years later. They shot alternate versions where we just embraced, hoping to edit around it. But Gene Roddenberry was determined to break television's color barrier, even if it meant risking the show's survival. Shatner revealed the ingenious sabotage he and Nichols employed. We deliberately ruined every take of the alternate versions. I would cross my eyes or Nichelle would move at the wrong moment. We made sure the only usable footage included the actual kiss. The episode aired despite threats from Southern affiliates to drop the show. We received both hate mail and thank you letters, Nichols noted. But Gene proved that television could be a force for social change. That single kiss demonstrated Star Trek's power to challenge social norms and imagine a better future, establishing the franchise's legacy as progressive science fiction. The Vulcan hand gesture that created a culture. One of Star Trek's most iconic elements was created in a moment of desperation when Leonard Nimoy needed a distinctive Vulcan greeting for a last-minute script revision. What he revealed about the gesture's origins connects Star Trek to ancient religious traditions and demonstrates how actors' personal experiences shaped the show's mythology. The Vulcan salute came from my childhood memories of Orthodox Jewish services, Nimoy explained. The priests would perform this gesture during blessings, and children were told not to look because it was sacred. Nimoy adapted this religious symbol into Vulcan culture, creating an instant connection between alien logic and human spirituality. The phrase "live long and prosper" was Nimoy's invention as well. Gene needed something meaningful for Vulcans to say, Nimoy noted. I wanted words that reflected their philosophy of logic combined with emotional restraint. The greeting became so popular that NASA adopted it for space missions, and it's now recognized worldwide as a symbol of peace and unity. What fans don't realize is that the gesture is physically difficult for many people to perform. My fingers naturally separated that way, but other actors struggled with it, Nimoy revealed. The difficulty of the gesture made it feel genuinely alien while remaining simple enough for fans to imitate. The secret tensions behind the scenes. While Star Trek projected unity and cooperation on screen, behind the cameras lay professional jealousies and creative conflicts that nearly destroyed the cast's relationships. The revelations about these tensions explain why certain episodes feel more authentic than others and how real conflicts enhance the show's dramatic tension. William Shatner's relationship with Leonard Nimoy became increasingly strained as Spock's popularity overshadowed Captain Kirk. Bill felt threatened by the fan response to Spock, Nimoy admitted decades later. He started counting lines and measuring screen time, which created an uncomfortable atmosphere on set. This rivalry paradoxically enhanced their on-screen chemistry, as their characters' competitive friendship reflected the actors' real relationship. James Doohan revealed that George Takei and Walter Koenig's off-screen friction stemmed from competition for limited screen time. The supporting cast was always fighting for moments to shine, Doohan explained. Gene promised us all significant storylines, but the network wanted to focus on the Kirk-Spock-McCoy triangle. Nichelle Nichols faced unique challenges as the only African-American woman in the main cast. I had to navigate both sexism and racism from crew members who weren't used to working with black actresses, Nichols disclosed. Some days were harder than others, but I knew I was representing something bigger than myself. These real struggles gave authenticity to her portrayal of Uhura's quiet strength and professional competence. Hidden meanings and social commentary. What distinguished Star Trek from other science fiction shows was its sophisticated use of alien cultures to comment on contemporary social issues. The cast has revealed how they consciously crafted performances that addressed racism, war, and social inequality through the safety of futuristic metaphors. Every alien species was really about human problems, Leonard Nimoy explained. The Vulcans represented intellectualism versus emotion, but they were also about racial integration and accepting differences. Spock's struggle with his mixed heritage mirrored the civil rights movement's challenges with identity and belonging. William Shatner noted how episodes like Let That Be Your Last Battlefield used obvious allegory to address racism. The half-black, half-white aliens weren't subtle, but they were effective. We could discuss prejudice through science fiction in ways that straight drama couldn't. George Takei revealed that his character's name, Hikaru Sulu, was deliberately chosen to represent all of Asia, not just Japan. Gene wanted to show that in the future, we would think beyond national boundaries, Takei explained. Sulu represents the aspiration that humanity would move past ethnic divisions. The show's integrated bridge crew wasn't just progressive, it was revolutionary for 1960s television, demonstrating that the future could be more inclusive than the present. The cancellation that sparked a revolution. Star Trek's cancellation after 3 seasons triggered the first organized fan campaign in television history. But what the cast revealed about those final months shows how close the show came to disappearing completely. The massive letter-writing campaign that saved the show for a 3rd season was just the beginning of a fan movement that would revolutionize how audiences interact with entertainment. The fan mail was unprecedented, Nichelle Nichols recalled. NBC received over 1 million letters demanding the show's renewal. What most fans don't know is that many cast members personally responded to fan letters, creating a direct connection between actors and audience that was revolutionary for television. Leonard Nimoy revealed that the 3rd season was filmed under constant threat of cancellation. We never knew if each episode would be our last. That uncertainty affected our performances. There was a desperation to make every moment count. The show's cancellation sparked conventions, fan fiction, and organized fandom that became the template for modern media engagement. We created something bigger than television, William Shatner noted. We proved that audiences could save shows and that science fiction could inspire real social change. Star Trek's cancellation became its transformation into a cultural phenomenon, the legacy that conquered the galaxy. 57 years after its premiere, Star Trek's influence extends far beyond entertainment into technology, space exploration, and social progress. The cast's reflections on the show's enduring impact reveal how a simple television series inspired generations of scientists, engineers, and social activists. Nichelle Nichols revealed that NASA recruited her to encourage minorities and women to join the space program. They told me that Star Trek showed them a future where everyone belonged in space exploration. Her portrayal of Uhura directly influenced real-world diversity in aerospace careers. Leonard Nimoy noted the show's technological prophecies. We had communicators, tablets, and voice computers decades before they became reality. Engineers have told me they were inspired by Star Trek technology to create real innovations. The show's influence on actual technological development demonstrates science fiction's power to inspire innovation. George Takei emphasized the social impact. Star Trek gave people hope during the civil rights movement, the Vietnam War, and social upheaval. We showed that humanity could overcome its problems and reach for the stars. The show's optimistic vision of the future provided comfort during difficult times and inspiration for positive change. William Shatner summarized the phenomenon. We created a mythology that transcends entertainment. Star Trek became a belief system that humanity could be better. The show transformed from canceled television series into a cultural movement that continues inspiring new generations. Star Trek. The original series remains television's most influential science fiction show because it dared to imagine a future where humanity's best qualities triumphed over its worst impulses. The cast's revelations show how personal struggles, social conflicts, and creative tensions combine to create something greater than the sum of its parts. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into television's greatest achievements. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest uploads, and let us know in the comments which Star Trek episode means the most to you. Live long and prosper.